I've been designing YouTube thumbnails for years, and I've worked with some of the biggest creators on the platform, and I can confidently say AI has completely changed how I design thumbnails. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact workflow I use to create high-performing thumbnails faster and easier than ever before. I'm going to walk you through all the tools I use on real client projects, and I've never broken it down as simple as this. By the end of this video, you'll be able to copy my exact process to create better thumbnails faster than ever. And by the way, the thumbnail you clicked on in this video is the one we're going to be creating together live. So if you want more thumbnail education videos like this, then subscribe. Now, we are only going to be using 3 tools: ChatGPT, Freepik, and Photoshop. Let's first start with ChatGPT and build the concept for this thumbnail. Once inside ChatGPT, go ahead and add in reference images of yourself or your client. Simply come to the plus, click add photos, and I'm going to add in 3 photos that are found on my YouTube channel. Since we're designing a thumbnail for this video, let's go ahead and give chat some details about our video. So first, I'm going to start off with, I need a prompt for Freepik. Now, once we have this prompt written out to ChatGPT, let's click enter and see what it gives us. And after just a few seconds, ChatGPT gave us a full prompt that we can use inside of Freepik. So let's jump over to Freepik and generate some images. Once inside Freepik, we can head over to the image generator. Now, this is the cool thing about Freepik. You can choose from a ton of different AI image models. For this example, we're going to be using Google Nano Banana Pro. And as you can see, the results are so realistic. It's insane. Make sure we're on 16:9 and we have AI prompt enabled. Now let's head over to upload and upload our reference images in the same order that we uploaded them into ChatGPT. And now, as you can see here, we have image 1, image 2, and image 3. Let's go ahead and paste in our prompt and generate. All right, so these were the results that Freepik gave me. And at a first glance, they're not bad, but they're just not exactly what I want. So let's go back into ChatGPT and revise our prompt a little bit. All right, after some simple revisions and a couple more seconds, ChatGPT is giving us another full prompt that we can throw into Freepik. And let's go ahead and paste it in and generate 4 more images. Okay, I like these first 2 the most. This is a cool perspective, but I don't think it's gonna work for this. This just feels a little too bland. This feels a lot more dynamic. So let's go back to ChatGPT and revise the prompt just a little bit more. Okay, I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan. Let's take a screenshot of the images that were generated. Let's scribble these ones out, and then let's throw this into ChatGPT. Now, this is a pro tip that I don't see a lot of people doing, is taking screenshots of the generations by Freepik and throwing it back into ChatGPT and asking it what's wrong with these images, or giving ChatGPT a visual to see what you're actually talking about. It seems to help a lot. So once again, let's copy this prompt and paste it into Freepik. All right, once again, not a fan of these images. I'm actually going to take this thumbnail and feed it back into ChatGPT and see what we can do with that. So now I'm going to say use this image as @image1. Now we can go back into Freepik and upload just this image. Paste in our new prompt. And let's see what results it gives us this time. Okay, I'm gonna go back to these 2 thumbnails. I'm gonna download them both, and now we're gonna go into Photoshop. Quick pause. If you want me to personally help you with your thumbnails, I offer one-on-one consulting calls where we go through your channel and fix your thumbnails together. The link to book a call or work with me directly is in the description. Also, make sure you're following me on my other socials for more tips and breakdowns I don't post here. Back to the video. Okay, so this image is going to be our base for the thumbnail, but I want to take some assets from this thumbnail and just merge them together. So the first thing I'm going to do is just drag everything down a little bit. Let's go ahead and select subject on our base. Now I can simply use Photoshop's AI, Generative Fill, to remove me and remove the laptop since we just cut myself out. Once the area is selected, we can click Generative Fill and just leave it blank and hit Generate. And as you can see, it perfectly removed every asset from the image. Now let's go to this image and do the exact same thing. Select the subject and it should select me as well as the laptop. Perfect. And all I want from this image is honestly just my hand here in the foreground. So I'm going to remove everything else using a mask. And there's just my arm. Now if we turn this back on and reposition the arm to be about there, that almost already looks perfect. And just like that, the arm fits in perfectly because we're using the same prompts. So all the images are going to be similar. Now I believe the laptop is facing a little bit too much away from the camera. So let's go back to Freepik and see if we can find a picture that has the laptop facing more towards the camera. Now I like this image here because of how colorful all the apps on the bottom are compared to this one. So let's download this image and cut out just the laptop. There we go. Now we can position this right about where we want it. Let's go ahead and remove this one. And that simply, you can already see such a big difference. Now let's go ahead and add in some of this shadow back. I'm just painting on the mask and adding some of these shadows back into the image, just so that it stays realistic. And once again, I'm going to paint back in these shadows on the surface of the desk that are made by my body. And there we go, the shadows make it look so much more realistic. Now, what I want to do is I want to actually tilt my head a little more straight up. So I just simply cut out my head and rotated it slightly to the angle that I want. Now I'm going to mask out my other head. Just like that. And now I'm going to select the area left over. And the part connecting my neck. And we're going to click generate and see what this does for us. Hopefully it removes the head in the background, but also makes my neck connect to the head that I added in. I mean, that looks pretty spot on. As you can see, it didn't change the shape of my face too much. Kept the hair, but just made the neck actually connect. Beautiful. Now, of course, let's not forget to expand the background up here. Perfect. I'm also going to expand this out a little bit to the left, just so that everything can be a little more centered and a little bigger. Let's get some guidelines to make sure I'm doing this correctly. And that looks pretty good composition wise to me. Now the next thing I want to do is actually add in one of my thumbnails onto the MacBook here. Alright, now I added one of my thumbnails to the MacBook screen. Let's go ahead and add some finishing touches. Alright, let's create a levels. Let's make this the mask. And let's darken my shirt a bit. Let's also create a hue saturation with the same mask and turn down the saturation. And I feel like the darker shirt just doesn't clash as much with the MacBook, which I like. Let's also add a color balance layer to the whole image and just slightly adjust the colors to our liking. Okay, let's export this image and go back to ChatGPT. Let's upload our image and say, use this image as at image 1. Don't change anything about the image. Just add a text box above the laptop that says image generated. And let's just say give me prompt and see what we can do with the prompt that it gives us. Again, don't forget to upload your reference image and let's generate. Ooh, okay, I already like how these two are looking. Wow. Okay, this one is really good. I'm gonna save this one. Let's open it in Photoshop. And what we're gonna do is just cut out the notification, just like that. Let's position it so that it's bigger. And let's also skew it so it looks like it is flush with the laptop. And just like that, this already looks so good. Let's go over this with a little green glow and see how that looks. It's honestly insane how all of this was built just from a few AI tools. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even have to use an actual picture of my face. Let's go ahead and add the final touches to this thumbnail. This is ready to be exported and uploaded. And that's it. That's exactly how I make thumbnails with AI in 2026. If you learned something, subscribe for more thumbnail videos like this and check out my links below to contact me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.